Yo, welcome back to Evergreen Pod.
Evergreen.
I know we've been taking a little hiatus.
Vacation.
Will been on vacation.
Let's go.
Troy been digging ditches. Montreal been planting trees.
Oh my God.
Hey, don't forget about the baby classes.
And,
Baby classes.
and
Baby
baby classes.
I was so
baby
glad when that woman emailed and said we ain't had class tonight. I'm trying to pop, man.
Hey, man, that woman be tripping, man. That woman had me miss the national championship with Georgia, man.
That's not good, bro.
That's the same lady, right, Trev?
It's the same lady.
Man, she got to get it together, bro. We sports fans.
She also had us having class on game one of the Lakers Warriors series. And I was like, what you doing? Like, what we doing?
Oh, man, bro. Yeah, you know, Dante been saving crime at night.
He in the back there, man.
He dressing up as the Black Wolverine, protecting the streets of Baton Rouge.
Oh my God!
You know, so yeah, fellas, glad to be back, man.
Hey, man, I'm excited tonight because we kind of got like a roundtable situation.
Oh,
we got extra guests in the building, man. Shout out to Coach Sean Dumas in the back, man.
Coach in the building.
EJ the DJ over there. I see you.
Out here.
We got some animation stuff coming up, huh, EJ? We gonna do something? All right, man.
I'm gonna be passing my mic, guys.
Me too, man.
Every now and then somebody want to chime in.
Pass the sticks.
We're gonna
Pass the sticks.
21,
Let's go, man.
Swag rules.
Speaking of sticks,
Who got passed?
y'all got your broomsticks?
Oh man, don't hurt me like that, Doug.
Y'all got your broomsticks?
Don't hurt me like that, Doug.
Because our boy Bron has been swept.
Yeah. Again.
Once again. So from you guys' perspective, him being swept once again, does that impact his legacy in any kind of
Hold
way?
on, why y'all keep saying again like he keep getting swept or something like that?
I mean,
He
he
got swept
did.
3 times.
He got
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Again.
but that's 3 times out of 20, man.
That's
20
like
years out 3 times.
That's just like I went to Raising Cane's again. Like so,
Again.
you know, so you go multiple times. He got swept multiple times. You know, the whole narrative is like that's going to affect his legacy. Do you think that would affect his legacy?
I don't think it'll affect his legacy. I think, bro, they set the bar so high for Bron, bro. Bron can't make no mistakes. He can't have nothing. Everything is against his legacy. This man has accomplished so much already in his career, bro. So if Bron decided to retire 3 years ago, I still put him at the top, man. You got to respect what this man has done.
What you mean at the top of what? The whole list or in the top 20, top 5?
Look, I'm a Kobe Bryant fan.
All right.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, I give this man, I'm for real, bro. They don't want to get this man the title because we have these biased Jordan fans, man. You know what I'm saying? Who act like this man ain't never had no failure of a season.
Mm-hmm.
Bron is the GOAT in my opinion, bro. The stuff that this man has accomplished, he's the GOAT in my opinion. I don't care if he got 4 rings. I don't care about all that because Jordan didn't win no rings by himself.
Yeah, Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up. So now today's topic for the poll question on Evergreen is LeBron the greatest of all time? And we're going to narrow it down to decades.
Oh, man.
Michael Jordan really played in the 80s and the 90s, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
Mid-80s.
He came in the league what year?
84, 85. 84, 85. I think he led the league in scoring in 86, 87, something around that range. He think he averaged like 37 a game. And that's when the TV markets first blowed up.
Yep.
He was on Chicago Network, broadcast all around the whole country, right? So was Michael Jordan the greatest player of the 80s? Yes or no?
Nope.
No.
Was he top 5 in the 80s? Yes or no?
No.
Was Michael Jordan top 5 in the 90s? Yes or no?
Yes.
Was Michael Jordan top 5 in the early 2000s when he played his last 2 years?
No.
Was LeBron James a top 5 player in the early 2000s when he first came in?
Yes.
Yes.
Was LeBron James
Yeah,
a top
I see
5 player between 2010 and 2020?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is LeBron James right now a top 5 player from the year 2020 to 2023?
If you ask the analysts, they gonna say no.
He almost averaged a triple-double in the Western Conference Finals
That's what I know.
in year 20.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
No, a 40-point triple double. It's 40-point triple double.
It's no debate. It's no debate. I don't care about championships. I'm talking about time span in decades. This man is going to be a top 5 player in 3 decades.
Mm-hmm.
3 decades. If he plays 2 more years, he's a top 5 player in 3 different decades.
I mean, 2 decades, that's still good. Like,
But
you
he's
know what
still
I'm saying?
going. He's still going.
That's true.
I told Doug, man, like I told we was texting, man. I said, man, I just, you know, man, I'm just nerve wracking, but this is nerve wracking. But to watch these games, the Laker games, you know what I'm saying? And I told Doug, man, when they lost like game 2 or 3 with the Nuggets, I was like, man, I just hope they go ahead and lose out, bro. I'm just tired of like sitting up here and be waiting, hoping something gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And then feeling some kind of way. Then I calm down in the day in between games. In the day of the game, it's back up there, man. It's like, come on, man, I need to calm down. But I was trying to figure out. We were talking before, like why. And I realized something. I was trying to figure out why do I feel like that. You know, so everybody like their favorite players. I think Dante and Troy favorite player was Kobe, right? Am I correct, Troy?
Yep.
Don, I'm correct. Yeah, right. So Mike. Okay, Mike is favorite player, right?
Same thing.
Sean, who's your favorite player of all time?
Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan.
All right. Michael Jordan, Doug,
LeBron.
Brian,
Kobe.
Will,
Kobe.
I just realized that half of my life I've been watching LeBron James play basketball. You know, I was born in '82. I know I'm telling my age, but I was born in '82. So I caught the good years of Jordan. You know what I'm saying? I even watched Michael Jordan come play in Baton Rouge. That's when Mike played at the PMAC years back. I watched him play out there, and but when I really started getting like knowing the game, you know what I'm saying? That's when Mike was kind of going out. You know what I'm saying? I caught a lot of Kobe. You know what I'm saying? But Kobe was a lot like Mike to me, so I was looking. Then when LeBron came, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't like LeBron when he first came in. I ain't like him. I said they're overhyping him.
Yeah.
I said he talking about the King James. I was with everybody else. King James, he overhyped. He come out of high school, he overhyped. He not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Until I watched that first game against the Sacramento Kings and Doug Christian was guarding him. Y'all remember that game? The first game against Sacramento Kings, Doug Christian was guarding him. He dropped 28. And I said, oh, okay. Yeah. I said, we might have something here.
Yeah.
You know, as an 18-year-old, you know what I'm saying?
Crazy thing is, Doug Christie's son playing now.
On the Lakers.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy, man. So I know that's why it's in my head like that.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So just to kind of so we don't skew or move the goalposts. Let's talk about the dominance though, right? So Jordan didn't play as long, but what about his level of dominance? Like, so the last couple years, Brian hasn't been as dominant, right? But he's been LeBron. So talk to me how y'all feel about that.
Well, if you talk about dominance, you got to talk about level of competition.
Yep.
As well. So I think the thing with Michael Jordan is this, and the reason he has so much mystique and mystery about himself is the fact that when Jordan came into the league, nobody ever seen anything like that. Like nobody. He was doing stuff that's normal nowadays. Going through the air, switching hands, all that stuff, nobody was doing that. John Stockton wasn't doing that. Like Larry Bird wasn't doing that. Larry Bird can shoot, but he wasn't doing what Jordan was doing. And so Jordan was the first person, when I talk about timing and being in the right situation, Jordan had that. Yeah. That's when the TV market boomed, and then he somebody flying through the air with his tongue out. Man, who is this dude? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he was against the grain. So he was like, if you take, it's gonna be crazy. Besides a jump shot type of situation, but you take like Ja Morant and throw him in the '80s. What MJ was doing, going through the air, it kind of had the same effect. So I think that's what the lure of Jordan was, and he got so galvanizing that people didn't want to let it go. I watched Jordan play as a youngster. I said the same thing. It took me a while for, in my opinion, to say LeBron is a better basketball player. It took me a while to do that. So I think just with his allure and how he just galvanized basketball in a sense with the shoes and all that stuff, that comes along with it. And I think that's why a lot of times people have a hard time letting it go. But competition, bro. Like, I mean, and the Jazz, who was guarding him? Havlicek? No, not Havlicek. What's the dude name? Hornacek.
Russell.
Yeah,
Hornacek.
Hornacek. Yeah, Hornacek.
Then they went to Russell at the end.
Yeah.
He pushed off.
Yeah, Russell.
We
Like,
get to push
you
off.
talk about the competition,
Like
right?
I love Jordan. No,
we
like,
can all agree the competition is completely different. And that's not his fault. He was above the competition, but if you could talk about dominance, we got to talk about competition. As
but
well.
also when I think of Michael Jordan, I don't think of just Michael Jordan as this legendary Jesus Christ superstar, right? When I think of Michael Jordan, I think of the Bulls and how dominant the Bulls was.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So the way the Bulls, to me, Scottie Pippen was the best defensive player in the league for a couple years. Then he could get you 20, 25 a game.
Yeah.
Tony Kukoc was coming off the bench, busting them up, right? Then they went and got Dennis Rodman, who we knew was about that action. So I always thought of the Bulls as like a great ran team, and they had a bunch of players, and somehow Phil Jackson got them to work together. So I never looked at Jordan as the greatest. I looked at him as the greatest on that team, and that team was so dominant. Like, and I'm not taking nothing away from him because it's proven that they can't win without him. They could not win a championship without Michael Jordan. I'm not saying that. Well, Michael Jordan ain't win no championship without them either.
And without Phil Jackson, that's another thing that nobody put in effect. This man, Bron, ain't never had. When have you ever seen Bron have a consistent great coach?
I think
Without weight.
Eric Spoelstra
Eric
was good.
Spoelstra?
Yeah,
he
Spoelstra.
good.
Consistent great
Spoelstra
coach.
about that.
Yeah, he can coach. Spoken coach.
He had how many years he had Spoelstra?
As many years as he wanted.
3.
Yeah,
He
That's,
left.
that's true.
He left.
Yeah.
That's
left.
true.
That's
Brian
on him.
did
That's
leave.
on
He
Brian.
did leave.
He did leave. He did leave and go back to Cleveland, go back home.
Pat Riley was right. Point blank.
right about what?
Pat Riley was right. Building a team, building a dynasty, Pat Riley could do that.
Yep.
I think I read a stat the other day that Pat Riley has either coached in, been in, or been an administrative part of 25% of all NBA championships that have been played in the NBA.
But you didn't know Spoelstra was gonna be no good coach when he was. You saying that right based off what he's doing now?
I know who Pat Riley has done.
Yeah. But
I ain't worried about Spo. I'm
but-
worried about the
That's too-
dude
that's
that
too
made
good
Pat
point.
Riley
That's
mean.
too
But
good point.
Spo was known
Yeah.
as the best video guy in the NBA before he got the head coach job. He was known to be analytical in the way he dissect video. He was known in the whole NBA. Other teams was trying to hire him away from the Heat. That's why they made him the coach. So I'm not. People did know who Spo was.
Okay.
So do y'all think sometimes, like, as far as the organization, think about the Heat, like even now, Spoelstra is a good coach, but is it just so much the culture that Pat Riley's created that he's a good coach?
Hand in hand.
And I'm gonna bring up a point. People may kind of, throw shade at me. Every coach that's come through the Pittsburgh Steelers have been successful. Why? Because of the culture. Like, talking about, Kyle Hurd, even now with Tomlin. Like, obviously Tomlin's a great motivator, but I think sometimes we got to give props to the front office and the culture of these organizations. That's why they thriving so much. I mean, the Heat are playing literally with walk-ons. Like, and if you take it like
Got
in
two
a-
drafted players.
two drafted, like that's it, bro. And I can name you Jimmy Butler. I know Kevin Love because of what he did with the Timberwolves and the Cavs, and that's it.
Duncan,
but-
man. Duncan
but
get
who?
buckets. Duncan
can I-
Robinson, man. He about
But
to
can I
three.
be honest though?
Yeah.
What, I mean, Spoelstra haven't won nothing since LeBron them left. So I mean, we giving him a lot of credit, but he hasn't.
He
won
doesn't have a
anything.
team though either.
He been in the finals. He
Yes,
about to go to
He's
the
been
finals
in
twice.
the finals. Nobody care if you been to the finals. Like they ain't giving Bron his props for being to the finals 8 times. You see what I'm
So
saying?
you
It
get
don't
LeBron
matter.
to getting swept out the finals.
It don't
See, I
matter.
think
Swept out of the conference
that's what the
Props
debates
right now.
That's what the
It's like
debates always go.
that's what when this all break down. If you're not gonna give him props for being a coach, somebody got to represent the East.
My man,
That's
Boo-
them.
What's his name for? What's the coach who was coaching the Bucks? They let this man go.
Budenholzer?
He won.
Budenholzer.
He won
Talking
one.
about that 70 show. That's that boy off the that 70
Yeah.
show.
Hey man, don't win coach of the year if you want to keep your job.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Anybody that win coach of the year lose their
I
job.
got something to what you said about culture though.
Yeah.
I got something to what you said about culture though because it's like the media to me hype up culture more than anything else. It's no way that the Pittsburgh Steelers culture from 10 years ago is the same culture that's today. That culture gets reinvented every
Yeah.
2 years, every 2 to 3 years. That Miami Heat team that LeBron them played on, this new Miami Heat team ain't got that same culture. So I think we give too much credit to culture over years. Like culture has to be reinvented every 2 to 3 years. Like because you can have some holdovers and them holdovers understand and embody that and then enforce that on the rest of the team. But that's hard, man. That's hard to say that that's the same culture
Yeah, 'cause I think
from
that-
10 years ago.
Yeah, but no,
I
that's the
think
thing. That's the thing about coaches, though. Like I'm saying, I'm not saying it's the same, but a good coach is being able to reinvent yourself. That's what I'm talking about. Like that, even Pat Riley with the Heat, obviously, he had a different culture with LeBron and D Wade. Then he adapted. Same thing with the guys now. Even Pittsburgh, like whoever the ownership is, if somebody got retired or they passed away, I'm pretty sure they had family come along. It's about reinventing. That's what I'm talking
But
about. The culture.
I think the culture also come with the type of players you have. Like I think it changes with type of players you have. So you may have a different culture based off the personnel that they had when LeBron was there versus now with Jimmy Butler. Like, and you start evolving, like putting the type of players around Jimmy Butler that resembles how he approached the game.
Yeah.
So that culture began to change and look like him. You see what I'm saying? Like,
But we throw that culture word out there as a blanket, and we saying this is what they're doing. Their culture is gonna work. When it's totally different. It ain't the culture no more. It's a totally different system now. It's a totally different way the organization is ran. It's a totally different health department. It's a totally different strength staff. It's all of this stuff is different. But we throw that culture out there just because they winning. It's like that's when it get weird to me. Like what we really saying is they gonna win no matter what.
But I'm saying the reason why I say that, because think about it. Y'all think that Golden State has a certain culture?
As far as what?
Like how they go about as a team. Like, do they have is their culture like based around like how Stephen Curry and Clay?
I don't think so.
Draymond?
I think it changed when they didn't stick to their principles and keeping certain core
Role
type of
players,
players.
yeah.
That's role players. They changed their culture, and that's the reason why they're not in the finals this year.
I got you.
'Cause if they would have kept their culture, they would have been straight. If Clay wouldn't have been missing all them threes.
Here's my thing. I don't think they had I think it's this is one thing we gotta when we put our GM hats on other pod. I think that's another thing because they did change their culture, but I don't think they had a choice because when you maxed out Steph, right? Steph contract was like what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was whatever it was. He was getting like 40, 50 a year, right?
Yeah.
So when you max out Steph, and rightfully so, because Jason Tatum about to get his over there.
Brown about to get
Brown
his,
about to
too.
get it. They both ain't getting it over there though.
No, Brown not getting his over there.
Yeah.
No, Brown.
Portland, here he come.
But and we said it here first on Evergreen, by the way, too. I know everybody's saying Damian Lillard's a hot take.
We said that about a month ago, huh?
Yeah, we said it way before they started talking about it, so somebody watching. But they had to because now if you max out Steph and you super max Steph, right? They max Clay, didn't they?
Yep.
They ain't super max him,
But
They ain't
maxed
super
him,
max him, but they max him.
and he was hurt.
And Draymond. Draymond wasn't max, but Draymond was what's under max? Max Jr. I don't know what it was. Either way,
I think his last contract was like 85.
Yeah, it was.
you know what I'm
But
saying?
he took
So
a pay cut to get KD there.
Yeah,
yeah, he was getting what everybody else was getting because I remember Tristan got 85 that year too.
Yeah.
Tristan got 80, 85. He got 85 and a couple other players. It was kind of what was going for the fours.
We
But
in the wrong field, boy.
Man, what you,
we should be NBA
coach,
agents, boy.
coach. We trying to go to
We should be NBA
post grad, right?
agents, man. We in the wrong
I still got
field.
eligibility, man. But but if I think that's how it happens. Like, and I think that's what they're doing right now because they still ain't talking about they got to talk about Kirk contract, but the biggest contract you got to talk about ain't a player. They talking about Bob Myers,
Yeah.
the GM, because it's just the way it goes. I think them boys broke the luxury tax, didn't they?
Yes,
Oh,
it
yeah.
was.
Didn't they cracked it? So hey, that's cool. That's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now, but
And they
now,
paid Poole.
don't talk about they paid Poole, and don't talk about KD was there for what 3 years, 4 years. Man, I mean, at this point, I don't know. Steph will be the saving grace for the Golden State Warriors for the next 4 or 5 years for sure, because I don't know if they gonna have like how do you build your team back up? Clay done. I don't know how y'all feel about it.
God, dog, Trey.
I'm not saying done as a player, but he's not gonna be Splash Brother.
Let me ask you this: Can Steph right now? Can he sustain what he's doing? Because Steph is really dominant, moving off the ball. Can he sustain that next 2-3 years?
I'm gonna tell you why he can. I'm gonna tell you why I think he can, because he's stronger and because he's not taking a lot of blows.
Mm-hmm.
See, he doesn't take a lot of blows. He don't take blows going to the rim. Right. And then if he get most of his points shooting, Steph can do that for another 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because he's a shooter.
Right.
I watch Mahmoud Abdul Rauf
He's still getting
play
buckets.
in the big three,
Still getting buckets.
and I saw that boy pull up, and it was butter. And now he can't move as fast as he was. You know what I'm saying? He 50-something years old. But when I say he pull up, that jumper don't die.
Yeah.
That jumper probably the last thing to go. Jokic just gonna play for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm interested to see how they do that. Steph is gonna be their saving grace, but I think he gonna get some AI years. Them AI years where he hooped and got them buckets. He dropping 60 a game, but they still ain't.
I don't think.
That's why
I don't think Steph ends his career with the Warriors.
Me neither.
I don't think Steph. I don't think he's
No,
done.
no, no,
I don't
no.
think he's done
I don't
getting
think he gonna-
championships.
I think
Because he's gonna be able to go to any team he wants.
He's gonna
and
get
just-
traded.
When is contract up?
He's gonna get traded. Steph's gonna get traded.
When is his contract up? Y'all know?
I don't know.
I'm about to look it up right now.
But he's gonna get traded. The reason why is
Wait. You say you gonna get traded?
Steph is getting traded.
You think the Warriors gonna trade Steph?
Yes,
No, well, I don't know.
bro.
Will.
Listen, bro.
Will, explain yourself.
If he plays,
Yeah, 'cause
if he plays 4 more years, right? Nobody else on that team is gonna be there. They're gonna be
It's
rebuilding.
gonna be a clip, huh?
They're gonna be rebuilding, right? They already got the new arena. They already got all the state tax dollars, everything paid for. They making extra money off the parking and concession. They don't need Steph in 4 years.
Bro, they're gonna ride that. They
gonna
gonna
ride
ride
that
that
horse.
whip. That
They
wagon
gonna ride
to the
that
It's
horse.
gonna be
Oh,
over.
boy.
It's gonna be over. It's gonna be over, bro.
Even if you
Steph Curry is the best player in Golden State Warrior history.
He out of there.
They're not
Clip it.
gonna trade
Clip
that
it.
man.
Hey, y'all
bro.
got y'all got
Flip it.
y'all got
4 years.
y'all got
They're not gonna
excuse
trade
Will.
that man,
Y'all got
Will.
excuse
Give me
Will.
4 years.
We was building and renovating houses today.
You gotta excuse this
So,
man. Huh?
he dehydrated.
Bruh,
Hey, Peter
Dehydrated.
like
Get this man some water,
like,
man.
Coconut water sponsors Evergreen now.
This boy, this is why Steph wasn't sad when he lost. This boy get paid $51.9
He
million.
out of
Okay,
there. He out of there in 4 years. Get him out of there.
51.4
Get him out of
ain't
there.
gonna be a big contract in 4 years.
which
Jordan
brings me
Poole, Jordan.
51 million ain't gonna be a big contract in 4 years. That
It's
CBA
not.
about to be
It's
up.
not. It's not.
That CBA about to be up. It's about to be redone. They gonna get a bigger piece of the pie.
I
And Bunyan about to hit the league, and that's
Oh,
just
that's
gonna
another
be
thing. Now,
a
let's
game
go
changer.
there. How do you feel about young Vic?
Man, Vic a monster.
Think he a
I
monster?
saw what y'all was saying. Vic a monster.
Okay.
Vic a absolute beast.
What's
I
the
ain't
What's the
never
best
seen
part of his
somebody-
game?
Ball handling.
All right.
For a 7'4", boy, I don't think people understand what a 7'8" wingspan crossing over look like. Like on the court. I watched Giannis.
Man, we need to
I watched
turn that
Giannis
camera
up close
around,
and
man.
personal.
We need to turn that camera around.
4 seats up, four rows up.
Uh-huh.
I saw Giannis, and I'm sitting there like, this don't make no sense. Then I watched the G League Ignite game. I watched Victor miss a 3 and catch it off the carom and dunk it.
I ain't never
I'm
seen
like,
that before. I
wait,
ain't never seen that
wait,
before.
how he got there? Cause he stepped back, took the 3, and was at the rim before anybody else reacted. I'm like, wait, all y'all supposed to be going to the league? And he looked like Broly, like, like bro, Vic different. If I'm watching Jokic bring the ball up,
That's what I'm saying.
right,
bro.
and be a point guard, and Vic looked the way he looked at 3 inches taller, oh, it's about to be nasty. Once he grow into his grown man body, he haven't had an injury history.
Mm-hmm.
Paris League is physical. All right, mom was a basketball player. Dad was a track athlete. He got the genetics.
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
For real, I believe.
I
believe he
you
gonna
know,
be something serious.
it's always a foot or a lower back away, but if he put together like everybody's saying, it's gonna be trouble in a couple of years. Give him about 6 years.
And he going to the right coach.
Yeah.
No, I think that's the wrong coach. I think that's the wrong coach.
Ball movement.
Popovich is not going to let him play his own personal game the way he needs to expand his game. He's not going to help develop him. Popovich is going to tell him, this is the system we're running. You get where I tell you to be at, and that's it.
I watched DeRozan said Popovich made DeRozan game the way it is. DeRozan started to see the court better when he got with Pop. Pop made him
But
a point
that's-
guard where he can pull up.
that's the
Pop
same-
gonna-
no,
Pop
that-
gonna
that's-
make you
that's
a better
Pop's
player.
system.
He's gonna make
That's
you
what
a
he did
better
with
all-around
Ginobili,
player.
bruh.
He's gonna make you a better all-around player.
DeRozan and
he
Ginobili
don't-
played the same position.
He don't even have talent over there for him not to allow this man to develop.
Okay.
So it's like, yo, do your thing. Be you. You feel me? I feel like that's what's gonna happen. I think this dude went to the right coach. He gonna teach him how to play the game right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pop haven't had no talent really over there,
Yeah.
and everybody he didn't had. Think about this. Spurs really not supposed to be in the position at the end because Kawhi shouldn't leave. Like if everything works out, Kawhi's still with the Spurs. The Spurs will probably still be a good team because they'll still have Murray there and all them boys. But because these dudes left, the Spurs where they at. Popovich just ain't getting the credit.
And Pop's a great coach.
Yep.
However, I think Vic is going to be great in the regular season, but I don't think he has the body type to be great in the postseason. His body type. We talking about how Jokic can bring the ball up the court. He has a big body, right? So even if he cross over and you in front of him, he can bump you. You know what I mean? He can bump you out of the way. Vic can't do that right now. You know what I mean? Now, he can hit some jump shots. He can do all that. But you're talking about, and think about him having to guard, Joker a whole game and do that. We learned that real quick with Anthony Davis this series.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he going to have to. Who else he going to guard?
Most teams only play one big.
Yeah.
Most teams
Who else
only
is he
play
going
one
to
big.
guard? So the thing is, he can dribble it well. He can shoot it well. And he's going to be great. I'm not saying he's not going to be great. What I'm saying is his body is going to have to be able to take the pounding that's going to, like, as the season go on, the game get way more physical. And I don't know if his body's equipped for that. Now, it's not like what he going through overseas. We talking about some real guys, like some, you know what I'm saying, like Joker and and Debo and all those, you know what I mean. He gonna have to his body gonna have to be able to withstand that.
Man, first of all, he gonna come to the NBA where the court is a lot bigger than where he's playing at. This man gonna have so much space, bro. I'm saying, like, I ain't never seen nothing like this. Even when we look at KD, we watch people have trouble guarding KD.
But KD,
He's not KD. No, not shooting wise. He's not KD. We can't compare him to KD.
I just say we gotta wait.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
but to Sean's point though, even like KD, you notice now in the playoffs, if you get physical with KD, he shuts off. He shuts down.
But KD worrying about too much. KD done had an Achilles injury. KD done had.
I haven't seen this. Let's go history. We seen 7-5 in the league before, and what happened? Right? His body couldn't withstand it. We talk. I'm talking Porzingis. This is Porzingis part 2. I got look. I'm Porzingis. I give you one last year. What that boy name was? They got hurt playing summer ball. No, Chet. They the same type of player. It's Kevin Durant-ish type ball. All right, they the same type of player. But the thing is, when you get to a certain height, it just and so here's my question.
Chet nice too though.
He is, but can your legs sustain your 7'5"ness, your 7'3", whatever it is? Can your legs sustain? And that's my conversation, because 82 games is a lot of games, and you talking the playoffs. If you play into the playoffs a good amount of series, what you playing? What, 100 games in a season? Y'all get what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is your lower extremities. We've seen all the big men have problem with lower extremities. Shaq ended up having turf toe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if turf toe, but whatever it was. KD, like they got problems with that. So when you're 7'5", I just haven't seen somebody. If he do it, I'm gonna applaud it. But I off of history, I haven't seen somebody of that size to come in a man's league and be able to do it night in and night out without having some problem with his lower extremities. Y'all get what I'm saying?
At that size? You talking about at that size?
At that size, and I know y'all say what it look like with a 7'5" person doing a crossover. It's slow. He got to dribble from way up here. When somebody get up in that boy's knees, we saw Rui get up in Joker knees. All right, quick. That's what I'm saying. What I don't know is how you gonna have to hide him somewhere on defense too. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Trey, come on, bro.
He athletic.
Bro,
My problem with the kid is
Wait.
Y'all be blowing
Wait,
me,
what
bro.
y'all? Hold on. Wait, I don't know what y'all.
Me, bro.
Hold on, I don't know. Hold on.
Y'all blowing me,
Hold on,
bro.
y'all. What?
Y'all
Hold on.
blowing
They
me.
serious about this big talk.
Y'all.
This
Hold
big
on.
talk serious.
Hold on. We can't have both of them. We can't say Victor Wembanyama coming in.
Nah,
He gonna
I said they
destroy. Hold
blowing
on.
me, bro.
Hold on. Let me tell you, we can have both of these. So y'all saying. Y'all just told me Pat Riley. Hold on, you just told me Pat Riley was amazing at whatever else, and Eric Spoelstra is a great coach, and all these different things. And y'all mean to tell me that Victor Wembanyama gonna come into the NBA, which is the National Basketball Association, the best players in the world, the best coaches in the world, and he gonna come in there and they not gonna expose this boy? What we talking about? Y'all can't tell me this 18-year-old boy.
Did y'all not just hear Dante? Did y'all not just hear Dante?
He gonna have to be
say
wet
this
like
man
Steph.
Shot a 3.
He gonna have to be wet like Steph. The way y'all talking about shooting, he gonna have to be wet like Steph to not get exposed. Because if he get in that lane, boom,
Dunked
What y'all
on-
talking
he
about?
dunking on whoever in the way.
He dunking on who? He dunking on who?
7'8" wingspan. Do you understand what that is?
Yeah, Bo. That's Taco Fall.
Taco Fall.
That's Taco Fall. I'm trying to tell y'all. Good.
Hey, bro. What he got
Hey,
though?
Trev,
Big
don't-
is more athletic than the rest of us.
Y'all don't watch.
Trev.
Y'all don't watch. Y'all don't
I'm about
watch
to
me play
say-
a real game.
Bruh, they trying
Like a
to play
real
Bo.
game.
They better act like they know. That man was cutting up. Y'all better act like you know. Stop.
All right.
I watched him play. I watched him play. I'm gonna tell you. I didn't believe in Victor. Right. I'm not saying he ain't got game, but the
exactly
hype
what
is a
you're
bit
saying.
extreme, and here's why. Because I watched him, and I don't know.
Same thing about Brian. You just apologized.
But hey. But Bron is a different man in high school. Victor wasn't doing what Bron doing in high school. I don't care what y'all talking about.
Brian ain't playing international ball.
Hold on. Bron was doing. Them boys in international ain't better than Bron them and Carmelo playing at Oak Hill. What you talking about?
About Brian, I'm talking about the niggas that Brian played against.
In high school? Hey, hold on. Watch this. I watched him play a high school game, and I saw a 6'1" dude giving buckets. I don't even remember the dude's name. Gave him buckets the whole game in high school. And you mean to tell me that y'all pick one of y'all players?
Sit back down, Trev. Sit back
No,
down.
pick one of y'all players.
Sit
Pick one of the players.
Keep it calm.
No, pick one of the players.
Keep it calm.
Pick one of the players right now in the league.
What you mean?
That's good.
As
Name a good player.
A big man?
Big man, little man, don't matter.
Let's go New Orleans. Brandon Ingram.
Brandon Ingram gonna give him buckets?
Brandon Ingram getting buckets. Brandon Ingram getting buckets.
Jay Taylor gonna give him buckets?
Yeah, you know how I feel.
I'm about to say you. That's the one you want to bring. That's your big joker. That's your big
Oh,
joker
yeah,
right now.
yeah. Ain't no trump card right now.
No.
But I don't like the hype that the national media is doing with this kid. They saying that this kid career gonna be a bust if he plays up to AD standards and have AD level. AD about to be in the Hall of Fame, dude. Like I don't think people realize that Anthony Davis is a Hall of Famer. Like, but they're saying if Vic is not on the level of LeBron and Michael Jordan, his career is a bust. How can that possibly be? What if his career just turned out to be Hakeem Olajuwon
And
or
that's
Tim Duncan?
so that's the same conversation that a lot of people right now I see are having about Melo. Right? A lot of people saying well, what we celebrating with Melo? He made one Western Conference final. That's it. Like, bro, Melo is also one of the best international player we have ever had
Ever.
as far as Olympics goes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we talking about
pride in it.
are we talking about American basketball? Or we talking about basketball? Like, what we talking about? Because if we talking about basketball, he got a worldwide game,
Yep.
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Because he's won more gold medals, more medals, period, as a Team USA player than any. Then he's our greatest international athlete as far as basketball goes. All right. Yes, things didn't go his way in the league, but he got caught by the era.
And
He got caught by super teams in the era. He ain't never had a super
Amari
team.
Stoudemire couldn't stay healthy in New
Yeah,
York. Like
bingo.
that's
we're not gonna act like he had a Robin and he was Batman. He ain't had nobody.
Right. That's true.
And then when he got Allen Iverson at the end in Denver,
That-
AI
that
wasn't the
was spent.
same.
Right.
No, his best team was with Chauncey Billups when he had Chauncey Billups as his point guard. With the Nuggets.
Yeah.
That was like the best team I think.
Yeah, that's the Western Conference Final team.
He just ran into Kobe at that time.
Yeah.
though.
But he gave Kobe the business in that game.
He's one of the best
He gave
one-on-one.
Kobe that work in that game.
He's a pure scorer. He's not a shooter. He's a scorer.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
Like he's probably the best pure scorer that we've seen in this era.
That's true.
And he also played 19 years. We're not gonna act like he
That's
ain't
what
played
I'm
19
saying.
Yeah,
years.
that's true.
That's
I
what
know.
I'm
I ain't realize
Like
that.
we talking about, we think he came out the same year as
I know,
LeBron,
yeah,
yo.
19
He just
years.
didn't play this year.
Right.
Right.
Carmelo was ninth. That used to be my favorite player.
Right.
But
And-
Kobe kept giving him buckets,
and-
so I just
and-
switched
and-
over to Kobe real quick.
And won an NCAA title before the transfer portal stuff.
Say, bro, in New Orleans
That's true.
with Syracuse, with nobody you can name.
And people,
Right.
people don't realize this now. Even though I'm a Bron fan,
Hakeem Warwick, I can name.
The
him.
Rick-
I ain't a basketball fan, so
the-
I don't want to.
Right.
I don't want to act
the
like I'm a basketball fan.
the rookie
Yeah.
the rookie of the year award, should have went to Carmelo, not LeBron.
Ooh,
That year,
pray.
Yeah, it should have.
It should
The-
have.
It should have, because if you look at the stats,
You know that wasn't gonna happen though.
it wasn't. I know it was identical,
Yeah.
and then he led his team to the playoffs as a rookie.
yeah,
So
should have got it.
You know, I
Shoulda
know
got
that.
it. Wasn't gonna happen.
Hey, I like. Look, I'm obviously I'm a Bron.
Them
I
Nike
love
deal was
Bron.
too serious, boy.
It was.
Yeah.
But people don't realize how much that Nike stuff
Yeah.
and them big shoe companies, how much that go into voting.
Yeah.
Like Dante already told y'all, people ain't really real people not voting on these awards and stuff like that.
Facts, man.
That's true.
It's all media, all media driven.
Yo,
And so the same people that wrote the story. So you mean to tell me? So the person that wrote the story about Brian getting a $90 million contract also has a vote for the MVP.
It's
so
over.
who you think he voting for?
90.
Let me ask y'all a question. What the Lakers should do as far as with their team? Like, who we keep and who we let go?
All you need is AD and LeBron and start over.
Dang, you leaving Reaves out there like that?
Man, AR-15 not good, bro.
Oh my
man.
That dude is not
No,
good,
oh my
bro.
God, no.
Say, bro, I
Sean,
swear to God, I swear to
Sean,
God,
Sean,
I swear to
put the
God,
mic-
I could give
Sean,
AR-15 that
Sean.
bucket. I'm telling you,
That's
I
it,
could
bro.
give him that work
Sean,
right now.
Sean,
I'm
scoot right
telling
here,
you,
bro. Scoot so I
I'm
can see your
telling
face,
you,
bro.
bro. If me and Reaves play right now, I bet you we go to 10. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get him. I'm getting Reaves, dog.
Bro.
I'm getting him. Say, bro, that boy ain't never felt a rib shot in his life
Bro,
before, bro.
bro.
That boy done, bro. I'm telling you, that boy done, bro.
Hey, bro.
you forgetting I'm really from that city. That boy is getting elbows, you heard me?
Bro.
That boy is not coming back.
Will.
I'm
like,
telling you, that dude
Will.
is not good, bro. We seen the same thing with all of these. There's always this great white hope thing. People that surround LeBron, and every 3-4 years, it's a different white boy that they give all of it. No,
what
bro,
great
listen,
white hope? Which
Listen,
one?
bro, Caruso,
Caruso,
all of them boys,
we gonna
bro,
compare Caruso to Reeves?
they got the exact same stats. And the audience
Stats
usually
where?
get quiet when I say
Stats
that.
where?
Not in no
That's
playoff.
that's why I'm not a basketball fan.
The Reeves
That's
and
why I'm not a
Caruso?
This his
basketball
second
fan.
year too, bro. You got to take that into account.
Always,
gosh,
bro.
bro.
It's
This his
always,
second year,
dog,
bro.
It's always a
gosh,
great
bro.
white hype. Go look in LeBron
He's
history.
different, bro.
It's always a cat that's on the weak side. that
He
ain't
want to
getting
be a
no-
good player. He's different, bro. I'm for real.
He
Caruso-
wanna. So we
Caruso-
saying
He gonna be a
wanna
good
be a
player.
good player.
Caruso.
He said this man wanna be a
Man,
good
my
player.
mic. Hey, man, my mic,
He
bro.
ain't a good player if he
DJ,
wanna
my
be
mic,
a
bro.
good
Turn my
player.
mic up, bro.
He
Bruh.
ain't a good player if he wanna be a
Bruh,
good player.
Caruso
They
was
got the
a.
same stats, dude.
So wait,
And
so
Caruso done played
A-
longer.
A-
Oh my gosh, bro.
Caruso got paid too. Just
AR
like AR gonna get paid.
AR
It's the houses, Sean.
AR
He's
is
dehydrated.
he's a good
I
basketball
went to three
player.
of them today.
However, he does need somebody to go hunt for him. You know what I mean?
Hey, what's Sean
He's a
from?
really good basketball
And what's
player.
Sean from?
But he needs somebody to go hunt for
What's-
him.
where you
Meaning
from,
that,
Sean?
This is what I'm talking about. I'm from New Orleans.
All right then, bro. I'm telling you,
So-
that boy come to New Orleans, he getting buckets, boy. We
Listen.
dropping it on him.
Listen.
He better not catch me at Harrell.
He's a good basketball player. He's really good. No, he's really good. But he needs somebody to go hunt for him, right? So he needs somebody to have the attention so he can kind of get off. You know what I mean?
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that.
That's what I'm saying though.
You just
He
said he
on the
trash.
weak. He on the weak side.
You said he trash.
He on the weak side. Listen.
He's doing his job.
Listen.
Will said, Will said he
He's
trash.
doing it well, Will.
All of them,
He's
y'all say
doing
that
his
about all
job,
of them.
and
Y'all
he's
say that
doing
about,
it well.
They say that about all of them, and guess what? All of them end up getting paid, going off, and they don't never have the same career.
Let's ask Sean something.
Nah,
all right, all
they
right.
don't
Who-
never have the same
Sean,
career,
who better?
bro.
Who
We're
better?
not gonna act like
All right,
Caruso.
let's talk about the guys, the great white hope with LeBron. Who's better, Caruso or Reeves?
They got the same
I
stats.
think, I think Reeves better.
Okay, all right. Who's the great white hope?
Hold on, hold
Deladova?
I
We
think.
gonna- we
wait.
gonna
I
make
think
that-
Reeves better because Reeves can create off the
the
bounce a
dribble.
little
Who's
bit
better
better.
at defense? Caruso or Reeves?
Caruso.
Caruso.
So they the same player.
So
one better at
Reeves,
offense,
bro.
one better at
Yeah.
defense.
Reeves second
Y'all
in the
prove
league
my
though.
point, bro.
Reeves second in the league though.
Y'all prove my
Second
point,
year
bro.
in the
They the
league,
same
Will.
player,
He's
dog.
young. Second in the league.
Where he went to college at?
Oklahoma. In Wichita State before that.
Who was the best team on his Oklahoma team?
The best team.
Who was the best player on his Oklahoma team?
Was it Trey Young?
It wasn't him. I can guarantee you that. It wasn't him.
Come on, man.
I can guarantee you
But-
that it was not
but-
him.
But
Right.
we all know that doesn't matter. When you get to
Say
the
that boy
NBA,
trash, though, bro.
when you get to the NBA,
Say,
you start
bro.
the whole
Yeah,
career.
he ain't trash, but he ain't trash. No, he ain't trash, but you know what I mean. He's a really good role player.
Would you
And
build your
that's what
team?
we
Would,
need.
would,
That's
would you
what
build? Would you build your team around him?
Not build.
Nobody
I would
said
do.
that.
No, all right.
No,
so
nobody
so
said
so
that.
we just said
Nobody
said
said that.
no. But what
talking
what
about role
Troy
playing.
asked was
Who do you
who
keep?
are you keeping? So you're building a team.
No, I'm talking
So if
about
you have the choice of NBA players, are
Right.
you keeping this dude AR-15?
With
Absolutely
AD, with AD.
Absolutely not. That's my point exactly.
You're not
Nobody's
keeping him.
keeping
You're not keeping him with.
Hold on. If we-
Nobody's
You're not
keeping
keeping him with AD and LeBron.
No.
I'm
If
gonna get
I'm
somebody
like this,
better.
I'm like this. I feel like this. If I gotta choose between keeping him or getting Kyrie, he out of there.
Nah, ain't it?
Ain't no choice.
Ain't
That's not a choice though. I mean, come on, Montreal. You
Wait, that's not a choice. They
mean-
keep saying that
No,
online. They keep saying
it's
he can't-
D'Lo. It's D'Lo.
It's D'Lo.
No, but I keep hearing that what they talking about paying him and Rui. They keep saying they're gonna have to give up too much for what Kyrie gonna want.
see this the problem with LeBron.
That's what I keep
teams.
hearing.
This is the problem with LeBron teams. This issue I have. The issue I do have with his teams is too much turnover. And so when he runs into teams in the playoffs that've been playing together for 3 or 4 years, he's having problems.
Yeah.
So we always want to reinvent the roster with somebody who's, look, he's going to be 39 next year. LeBron can still dig deep and show you that greatness, but he can't carry a team. You're going to mess around, you're going to rebuild his whole roster. You're going to be in the same position when you run to another Denver or you run into the, whoever it is that's been playing together for a long time. You're going to run this issue. Run it back as much as you can.
Yeah.
Bring back Reaves. Bring back Rui. Get rid of D-Lo and his dreads.
So,
okay?
bro,
So
And
what LeBron's trying to do right now, like LeBron's transitioning to a true point guard. He's transitioning to a point guard. So what he needs is he needs a Kyrie type player that can put the ball in the basket at a high clip, right? But he also needs shooters around him. He needs somebody that like LeBron. Like think about this: when LeBron didn't have shooters, right? You know he struggled. But when he has shooters around him, no matter what the team look like, if you got some guys that can make shots, you know what I mean? He looked pretty darn good. And that's the way LeBron like to play. LeBron like to play in space. If you don't have shooters, then you can just pack the lane and make it real difficult for him. But now, you know, he's transitioning in his game. Well, he's not as dominant scoring the basketball. So what he's doing right now is he's facilitating a little bit more. So he needs somebody to come in that can really put it in at a high clip. D-Lo is really, really nice, but I don't think he can really do it at a level where they can they can compete for a championship. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's too streaky. You know what I mean? So that's what LeBron needs right now. He's transitioning right now.
He don't really attack the defense enough for me. That's why I think that you need right now with
He picking and choosing.
Yeah, you need somebody like Kyrie that's willing to kill you every play.
Yeah, like, but you don't just get rid of, like, if it's some kind of way they can get Kyrie and still keep Reaves and Archie, whatever his name is. I'm so sorry for butchering your name.
Rui, man. Just call him man Rui, man.
I ain't know that.
Just call him man Rui.
Rui, whatever.
Yeah.
And then keep some of your bench players. You don't want to revamp the whole roster with somebody who's
That's the
39
point,
years
bro.
old.
Reeves should be on the bench. Yeah, the Lakers, did I not say it in the group text message? The whole playoffs. The Lakers are playing with Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and the Gap Band. Is that not my statement? Is that not my statement? All of them dudes are bench players, bro. I don't care who you name. D-Lo should be on the bench. Schroeder should be on the bench. Reeves should be on the bench. You should have one big man coming off the bench. That should be your 4 players that's coming off the bench.
Let's do this.
They've been trying to play 10, 11 players every game in the whole regular season, never developing.
Let's do
Yeah,
this.
but
Never developing the 8-man rotation for the playoffs.
delete
But this is the thing. This is the thing. You look in the East. Who would the Heat got? They got a bunch of bench players outside of Jimmy.
But they got a real coach.
Okay, so what are we talking about?
They got
then?
a real coach.
We talking about the coach or we talking about the roster?
We talking about everything. He said the Lakers, what the Lakers should do, not what LeBron should do and what the players
Okay,
should
so
do.
we're not getting rid of the coach then.
I don't know. They should.
Okay.
What I'm saying is
That's
like,
what I'm asking.
Yeah.
then. if we got a coach that can't put that can't strategize the team.
Were they not
They
in the
got-
playoff?
Thank you.
Were they not in the play-in game?
They were.
After the trade, though.
Were they not?
After a trade that he rebuilt that
They were
he
the
got a
best
brand new
rebuild.
roster.
They were the best- they were the
brand new
best team
roster
at the
after
All-Star break. They were the best team.
But
Had the
before
best
that,
record.
before that trade, where were they at? They were
trash.
13.
What is
What they
the-
were?
Yeah, 13,
13,
14
yeah,
somewhere.
man.
13 out of 14.
Yeah.
You knew Russell
So
Westbrook
what we
wasn't gonna
talking
work.
about,
But you knew
bro?
Westbrook
Why we
wasn't gonna
acting?
work.
Why we acting like these dudes? Because they in the Western Conference
you-
Finals, they had a real roster.
But you knew Westbrook.
They
wasn't
did not
gonna
have a real roster, bro. They were the 13th team
Will,
before the trade,
Will.
and then they made the play-in game. The Pelicans made the play-in game too. If they would have
Do
made
you
the Western
know-
Conference Finals,
first
I'm
off-
still gonna say
oh
they
my
need to
God.
get rid of Zion. I'm still gonna say that because it's a fact. It ain't got nothing to do
Glad
with
he
nothing
ain't
else.
bet tonight.
It's a
we
fact, dog.
You're not
They
taking
need to
into
get rid of
consideration,
people.
You're not. Will.
But I'm
Will.
not.
Will.
I'm not. I ain't
Will.
having it no more.
That's a-
Will.
that's a-
Hey, we back, and I'm back
Hold
from
on,
vacation.
one
Let's
second.
go.
Hold on 1 second. All right, football season right around the corner, so he's a little bit delusional.
I'm
All right.
ready.
Will, they
Calm down in my
they were
spirits.
the worst.
I
They
gotta
were
calm down
a
in my
13
spirit,
seed. 13 seed before the trade. After All-Star break, they had the best record.
Okay.
So what are we talking about as far as the roster not that good? And then we brought up the point about the talent level, right? You're not going to tell me that D-Lo and those guys are not talented. If we go from the whole roster,
No, I'm not saying they not.
But you
D-Lo not
talking-
talented. I ain't
you
saying
just said they bench players.
that don't mean they not talented, bro.
I feel like this in the NBA.
That
if
don't
you-
mean
if
you're
you-
not talented.
No,
This-
if you're
say,
not
bro,
as talented, if you're not as talented as the next man, where you gonna be? On the bench. Sean,
Nothing
you-
wrong with that.
Sean, you a coach.
What's wrong?
Alan,
What's wrong with being a bench
hey,
player, bro?
I'm talking SD.
This man here. Talk about me. I'm old. What?
No, Doug, you about to say it because I'm about to say we need to do a segment called Ask the Coach, right?
Yeah.
So I want to ask Coach.
He took the whole thing.
Right?
Took the whole thing.
Right? But did you about to say? Yeah.
That's XSD, man.
What I want to ask him. I want to ask him what he thought. I don't mean to take that, Doug. My bad, bro.
Man, I don't care about that, bro.
But I wanted to ask.
That's Will being petty, bro. Petty, bro.
Hey, I'm ready, dog. I'm telling you, I'm ready, dog. Say, bro, I made so much money this week off the Lakers losing, and I'm a LeBron fan.
He been running in the group.
Dog, I'm on right now. You heard me?
Hey,
Check the
hey,
account.
hey,
The cash
hey,
app is
let me
through the
tell you-
roof.
no, let me tell you about
the
Will.
cash app is through the
Hey,
roof right now,
Let me
dog.
tell you about Will, though. Will think he's slick, yeah. Will think he's slick.
Whatever.
Sean, no, but Will think he's slick. Sean, I know he watched those games, right? So in the games, like, you know, how we text about different plays and stuff, like during the games. Will don't say nothing.
I got nothing to
No,
say.
listen, Sean, he don't say anything at all. At all during when the Lakers playing, he didn't say nothing. When them boys lost, he come. Boy, I told you they was trash. I told you they had no roster.
Bruh, listen.
Man,
you
come
realize
on, man.
I live in Louisiana. It's in America. I bet on games. I'm betting. I'm not hiding anything. I'm not. Say, bro. It's what I always say, Doug. What I always say, Doug.
You give me a headache. You choke. Hey, say, bro, you choke.
What I always say, Doug. Hey, it's money in the account, man. Let's go. I'm telling you, I'm telling you,
man.
Let me ask Coach. I feel a certain way. Darwin or Darvin? Is Darvin?
man, you don't even know the man's name.
Okay.
See, they need to fire him.
It's Darvin, all
They
right,
need
with
to
a V?
fire him, bro.
Like Marvin?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Darvin Ham. I feel a certain way about his coaching. I feel two different ways. I personally think he's an assistant coach, but I'm not going to leave it like this. So we're going to ask the coach. In your expert opinion, tell us what you think about his coaching.
Man, I think didn't they have a roller coaster year? You know what I mean? They had a roller coaster year. I think that he kind of saved some face a little bit by beating the Warriors. But I think he struggled a lot this year. Now, we can't say, well, maybe he need a couple more years to build his team and get his guys around him, right? I mean, somebody could say that. But I think that he's a great assistant coach, associate head coach. I think he'll be, amazing at that. You know what I mean? But as far as like on-the-fly adjustments, I don't think he did a great job of that. I don't think he did a great job of ATOs. I don't think he did a great job of
Whoa, stop. Round back.
after timeout plays. After timeout plays.
Okay, yeah, you got it.
Plays after timeout.
Yeah, you got it.
Plays after timeouts.
Hey, Sean, I thought you said RPO. I was like, wait a minute. Hey, run pass option. Wait a minute.
Plays after timeout.
Get the ball to Brian.
I don't think he did a great job of those kind of things. And what happens is when you can do that and you can create easy scoring opportunities, it makes it easier for your team to put things together. And like Denver really exposed that this year. You know what I mean? They really exposed that. There was really no adjustments made. And I'm gonna go against the grain. Okay. If anybody watched Draymond Green's podcast,
He's good.
Yep.
right?
Yep.
All the Lakers did was exactly what he said do.
Yep.
Did y'all hear the game? Right?
Yeah.
That's all they did.
So they watched Draymond
They
Green
watched
podcast.
Draymond Green.
That's it.
They watched his podcast and then did that,
Yep.
and it didn't work. You know what I mean? LeBron guarded Joker, but LeBron couldn't hit a jumper. You know what I mean? His legs was gone. So to answer your question, it looks like they got a scout report from Draymond Green, and it didn't work. Yeah,
He did.
It didn't work. You know what I mean?
That sucker was banging Joker too.
Man, I'm not discrediting Draymond Green. He's one of the great minds. He's gonna be a great coach. But I'm just saying. You think Draymond's gonna coach? I think he's gonna coach. Yeah.
I think he's gonna coach.
Draymond's gonna coach. Draymond, and he's gonna be a really good one. I think Draymond's going to go straight to coaching or GMing. He's gonna be a GM. He's gonna be really good at it.
He's smart, bro.
Yeah.
I gotta ask the coach. You ready?
Yep.
All right. What does the Boston Celtics have to do? Do they have to trade Brown or trade Tatum or running back?
They got to get rid of Brown, man. He's been inconsistent since last year. I mean, like, he shows spurts where he's, like, unguardable with JT. But then, like, sometimes you're like, man, he's invisible ink. That's what I gave him that nickname last year in the second half. I called him invisible ink, man. Yeah. Man, JB about to blast me on social media. Look, I'm telling you, but I'm serious. Like, think about it. Think about some of the games. I mean, he'll show you some of the most explosive halves.
Yeah.
And then you're like, man, where this guy went?
You think he won't be though?
Yeah, I think he want to be there. I just think that's his character. I think that that's a character that he has. He's very explosive, and sometimes he's not.
I got a question.
I think.
Go ahead.
I'm getting rid of JB.
I about to say, like, I don't think it's really. I think you do get rid of JB, but I don't think it's like his fault. I remember Trell said this one time. Smart think he's the best player on that team, and he thinks
he ain't
not
smart
even
by thinking that
he's
either.
not even a point guard.
Smart think he's still at Oklahoma State, boy.
Yeah.
Every game, he think he's still a bucket.
So you got two like you got a great small forward and a great shooting guard, and you don't get them involved. Smart be doing some dumb things, and it takes them out of the rhythm. He even said it one time in his press conference. He said, "It's crazy that I only touched the ball 4 times."
Right, but you got to live with that because he also make plays that win games that don't translate to the stat book.
Who Smart?
Smart, yeah. He dive on the floor, he guard, he get a rebound, a top, like those kind of things. And I know it's not something that you can stat or you can calculate, but those kind of plays that he make for that team are the plays that win ball games for him and get them.
I'm about to say this too.
But
to your point,
yeah,
you are
'cause y'all-
absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I do think that they need to figure out how to. And if I was coach, this is what I would do with Smart. I would just micromanage his minutes.
But
I would look at film and figure out when he's most effective and put him in the game during those times and have me a really good backup.
They
point.
got too
But
many. They got too many
but
players
that-
like that though
but
on
that
their
was-
team.
but
They
that
got
was
like
their
3
problem.
players like that.
He just said it. If I was the coach, that was their problem. The coach. See, if Udoka is still there, this is not even a problem.
Who is they coach?
Because Udoka knew how to keep them boys engaged.
Nobody knows.
But I mean,
He knew how
even
to
last,
help- he knew how to help.
But that's true. But last year, Marcus Smart made some unsmart plays too. You know what I mean? That
But
made
he made up with it on defense. You watch these boys lay down. I didn't see you ain't see Smart playing defense like he was playing last year.
Well, yeah, because
I watch him go on the sideline and fuss with his coach. Like you ain't see him do none of that last year.
yeah, I mean,
he started feeling
it's
himself
different.
a
It's
little
a different
bit.
culture. Yeah, for sure, it's a different culture. And we're talking about dudes that's making way more money than their coaches. So like, like how you gonna tell me? You know what I mean? How you gonna tell me I make more money than you?
Hey, bro, Udoka is not a good coach. Udoka make bad decisions every day of his life, yo. Yeah. Udoka made another bad decision by going to Houston.
This man
before
say
all
bad
of-
decisions every day of his life.
Before, how you gonna go to Houston? How you gonna take a Houston job before all these other jobs open? If Udoka was smart, he'll be coaching Milwaukee and Giannis next year. Udoka steady making bad decisions, bro.
Nah, man,
You know why you want to go to Houston.
No,
Oh, I know why you want to go to Houston strip club and the massages. I know why.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
Hey,
but at the same time, you got to think about this. Boston tried to tarnish this man's name. They try to get this man where no organization want to touch him.
I got a solution.
And he thinking, just let me get my foot back in the door. You know what I'm saying? Just let me get my foot back in the door because no team wanted to give him. And Stephen A, man, that's why sometimes I don't like that dude.
Stephen A.
But sometimes I like him because sometimes he hit it right on the nail, bro. Like he was just like, Boston is reaping exactly what they sowed. They shouldn't have done that to that man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I feel about it. I think that the problem with Boston right now, you get rid of Brown, you know what I'm saying? I don't think they're going to be back in the conference final. I don't care who they bring over there because the coach is not good enough. I don't think Tatum, that dude, that's just how I feel.
Hey, to Coach's point, I think I got a solution, man.
Mm-hmm.
Put wherever you trade Jaylen Brown, trade AD over there too, because they both can have an off night. One could be on one night and one could be off one night. It sounds like what they be doing, huh?
Yeah.
That boy, even games was terrible in the playoffs. AD, you know what I'm saying? Put them on the same team. Y'all can pick and choose. Now ain't nobody got no pressure. Like I ain't gonna lie, they probably hoop together on the team because ain't no big pressure. Who the star?
That's true.
Ain't no big pressure.
I'm with it.
So I don't know. We'll see.
I got another question for Coach. As a coach, like obviously when you go into a game, you got a scouting report and you have a game plan, right? You got certain sets that you want to run, defensive sets. When does it ever come to the point where you say, when you scratch the game plan and you know you got somebody that's gonna get buckets? Like have you ever been in that position where like obviously you want to state championships? You ever been in a position where it's like, man, I got this game plan, but if the game plan get kind of shaky, when do you make the decision like, man, forget this game plan, hit a rock, go take us home?
Well, you got to do that, right? Because you got to have a feel for the game. Okay. Game plan is one thing you want to prepare, but while you in the heat of the moment, and if something working, you got to ride it. You know what I'm saying? And then what happens is you got to start countering that. So like if I got a guy that's getting going, I'm gonna let him get going, As soon as they begin to make the adjustments, that's when you teach the guys the adjustments you got to make. But sometimes you'll spend days doing game plans, and that thing come out the window because they're not gonna play the same way. Or you might have a guy that get going.
Right.
You gotta let him ride.
Right.
You gotta let him ride. Like you gotta let him ride. You can't reel him back in. And I know your coach is gonna get mad because the game plan was to do X, Y, and Z, but A, B, and C working.
But
We gonna do A, B, and C.
we should have hired him than Darvin Ham because he sounded like he would have made the right adjustment.
No, I'm serious,
Right?
man.
Because they'll just sometimes Darvin Ham had me so mad, bro. I just ain't understand what he was doing, bro.
Listen,
Hey, man, shout out to Darvin Ham, man.
I know, yeah.
That
He in
account
the
looking
hot seat
right now.
Give him a fan. He in the hot seat, right? But look, no doubt, you gotta like feel the game out. But that's also come with relationship, right? You gotta trust your guys, and they gotta be able to come to you and say, "Hey, X, Y, and Z is what we need to be doing." You know what I mean? Like, if you really got your guys ready for war, they need to know. You know what I mean, Coach? I know we say we was gonna do this, but man, this not just. We need to do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have to do that.
So as a young up and coming coach who already been to the pinnacle and steady striving and steady going further in life, how do you feel the NBA looks at lower level coaches, and are they bringing them up? Are they helping train them? Are they doing camps for coaches and like high school coaches and college coaches? What are they doing?
I think more in a space of like the collegiate level, they do clinics and stuff like that, which is great, but I don't think that they do a great job of developing and giving new coaches new opportunities. Think about it, man. The same coaches getting jobs.
Yep.
One get fired here, they get hired there. They get fired here, they get hired there. You know what I mean? So, and it's the same way in the NBA. So I don't think that they're doing a great job of bringing guys up unless they were an NBA guy. You know what I mean? If they were NBA guys, then they'll take a chance on them. Think about Steve Nash. He didn't have to go to the coaching tree. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he just got kind of tossed into it. He didn't have to go to college. He didn't have to prove himself. So I guess I say all that to say, I do think that kind of mentoring is super important because it's missing, and that's why you have so many kids coming up, not developed. You know what I mean? They're not doing things the right way, and these coaches they're just trying to like go from 0 to 60, and they ain't really because they don't have those opportunities for them for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Doug?
I'm still, bro.
Put it back on me.
I'm just still like I just don't feel like we didn't discuss this Lakers Denver situation as much as I want to, bro. Because
Go for it.
I just want to talk about how like just certain adjustments they made. Like, what do y'all think that would have been a good possible lineup that Darvin Ham or let's say this. What are some of the things that y'all seen that y'all knew was questionable when you seen Darvin Ham do? And like one of the things I noticed is when Darvin Ham didn't play Tristan Thompson, because I know, like I was telling Trell, like I know the year that when the Lakers was giving Denver problems is because they had multiple big men to throw at Jokic. And when I didn't see this man when I seen him put Tristan Thompson in the last game, I was so upset. I said, bro, this should have been game 2.
Yeah.
Like, we needed game 2. What are you doing?
Should have.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the thing is that even when Tristan came in the game, he automatically clicked with Brian, or just as soon as he came in the game, because he just knew how Brian played.
You know who did that? You know who did that the series before this one? Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr threw out a different lineup every night because he knew his team wasn't as good as the Lakers as far as depth and everything. So he threw out there and threw Jermichael Green out there, and it worked.
Yep.
Like they're talking about Looney was sick. Come on, man. They were playing my game. See, Kerr say, man, I ain't releasing my lineup till 30 minutes. They got to do it 30 minutes before the game. I ain't telling nobody who coming out till then because he's doing that. So at that particular point, Denver is the better team. The core has been together the longest. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They're working like a well-oiled machine. Like they just know. I saw them boys knowing where everybody is supposed to be just together. Mm-hmm. It's just what it was. Even with Bruce Brown, I think this is his second year over there. First or second year, but he's that type of player. I saw him do it at Brooklyn. He can just fit in with that type of thing.
Do y'all think Golden State gets swept against Denver?
Yeah.
Y'all think Golden State gets swept against Denver? Because I just
wait. I'm gonna tell you why I think Golden State wins, and this is one of the things that made me mad about how Ham was coaching. And I don't know who he needed to do it with, but Jamal Murray didn't have to play defense the whole series.
Nope.
That's true.
And everybody knows, tell me if I'm wrong, but everybody knows that the best defense against an offensive great player is to make them play defense, especially if they're not a two-way player.
Yep.
I saw Jamal Murray score 30 points in the first half, and I don't know who he had to guard for that whole first half.
They don't have any point guards, bro. They got D'Lo. They got Schroeder.
Well, D'Lo was supposed to be the one to do it.
Yeah, but
D'Lo was the one
he
that's
was
supposed to make
getting
him
like 8
do it, but he
points a
didn't
game,
do
though.
it.
He was getting like 8 points a game. Man, I knew Darvin Ham.
Who was getting 8 points a game?
D-Lo.
D'Lo averaging 4.
D'Lo averaged 6.3 for that
Solid flow.
series.
Bad,
Solid
bro.
flow.
Bad.
That's bad.
That's bad, bro.
And I said, if he could have gave you 11 points,
They probably win this.
they win the series. If he give you 11 points,
They wasn't
if he
winning
hit-
the series.
If he hit the shots,
They
that-
wasn't winning the series,
he
bro.
was getting wide open shots, bro.
Say, bro,
this man was getting wide open
bro.
shots.
All jokes aside, bro.
There was nothing.
All jokes aside, bro. I knew they was not winning the series when dude came out there with the 1996 New Balance on, talking about he was the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Look, there was
He ain't
nothing.
even get a new pair, bro. He had the old pair, dog. Like I swear, go look it up, bro. I'm telling you, dog. They make New Balance make dope shoes. He went and got the old ones. I knew they wasn't winning.
You ain't got some
Look,
questions.
they're right there. The new ones are right there.
Listen,
He went and got the 86 brand, bro. No, bro, they wasn't winning.
there was nothing the Lakers can do. There was nothing they can do to make that series interesting. Now, I will say this though, and let me get it to you. The Warriors would have been a better series because they shoot the basketball well. It would have been a more electric series. But there was nothing the Lakers can do. I mean, they were
Yeah,
hopeless.
that's true. Yeah, it was. What if? Okay, we talk about AD, right? Like, okay, what do you? Right there. Oh man, why y'all doing Darvin like that?
Come on, bro. This is the 86 New Balance, bro. This is the 1986 New Balance, bro. They was never winning, yo. They was never, man, I doubled down on the bet that day. As soon as I see I double down.
Hey Sean, I got one more question, Coach. Like, what do you do for a player like AD? Right, obviously, like AD motor runs extremely low, and obviously he can.
Man, say AD motor run low.
It does.
Lord.
And so, what can you do? Because obviously, say, well, he got 24 points and averaged 14 rebounds, but they wasn't impactful. Like as a coach, you see somebody that talented, and you see is something missing. So, this is a good question. Somebody that talented, what do you do? Because personally, I don't think AD loves the game of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I think he likes what it produces for him,
Yeah.
but I don't think he loves it.
Yeah.
As a coach, and you're in a position, what can you do to motivate him to go play every night?
Well, I mean, motivation comes from within. You got to manufacture it for him, though. You know what I mean? So, like, if his motor's not high, you got to manufacture it for him. So, if you want his motor to look high on offense, you got to run plays for him. You got to put him in easy scoring opportunities. Like, you have to do those kind of things. On the defensive side, if his motor's not working hard, you got to challenge him, man. Hey, look, I need 5-6 rebounds. You got to put him in positions where he have to play to keep him engaged. You know what I mean? The second he's allowed to kind of like chill and different things like that, he gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? He gonna do just that. So what you gotta do is you gotta manufacture it, and there's ways you can manufacture toughness. There's ways that you can manufacture somebody playing with a high motor. You know what I mean? Especially like somebody like AD, you gotta put him in position where he's coming off down screens. You gotta put him in position where he's picking and popping, and he's you gotta create some quick ISO situations for him. Now look like his motor's running, and you gotta psych him up.
Right.
And that's the way. Yeah, but see, what happens is you got to create mismatches, right? So watch this. I know that if Jimmy's on AD, no shot, right? So what I need to do is I need to put him in some kind of ball screen, some kind of down screen where he's coming off it and somebody got to switch on him.
Right.
You say Jimmy Butler?
No, I'm saying somebody like a mentality.
Tight, mentally.
I'm talking about mentally.
Like a dog.
Mentally.
Like a dog.
Mentally. Hold.
Yeah.
Nah, Jimmy a bad boy now. He can guard the 1 through 4. He can guard the 1 through 4.
That's a shame.
I done seen it.
But it's a shame that you say if Jimmy's on AD, that he ain't gonna have no shot. That's a shame.
Hey, bro, listen.
Man,
Jimmy is a pit bull.
That's hard.
We're saying that. I'm
Sick
not
'em.
taking nothing from neither one of them.
Listen, they got
I'm
players.
more taking from AD than that because AD's 7 foot.
But you're not even
Trev, you
taking
got
away
players?
from. You know what it is? You can see it. You can see that
Oh, yeah.
happening though. That's the thing. We can
No, I know
visualize
that.
that. Yeah, we
I
can
know for a
visualize
fact.
it. We can
I
visualize
bet
it.
on that. Will.
But look, they got some players. They got some players where like you don't have to tell them, sick 'em. It's over. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy's one of them. You know what I mean? Like they got some players like, yeah, he good. You got to psych him up. You don't have to psych Jimmy up. Just say sick him. It's over. You know what I mean?
And the thing is, when you tell them that, bro, they make the right decision every time, and it doesn't make any sense. Like they just go in a straight.
Yeah. You know, Jimmy don't care about how many fouls he have. He don't care about none of that. He just play basketball the right way.
Yeah.
And it always think about it. Last game, Jimmy had like 16 points. Everybody said that's a bad game. But Jason Tatum had 14. JB had what, 13? 12? Come on, man. Like, so watch this. Even though I didn't have a great shooting night, I put my pit bull on.
I think that's what to your point, Doug, though, your question. I think people think about AD in the wrong way. And I've been saying this for years. AD's not a superstar that people are trying to make him out to be. But AD never said he was. So why we keep putting him in that category just because we feel like he has the talent to be there, to do that? AD was the 6th best player on his Kentucky team that won the national championship. He wasn't even the 5th best player. He was the 6th best player on his national championship winning Kentucky team, right? He came to New Orleans in a terrible situation with bad ownership, bad management, bad coaching. Fans dumped on him, but he still plays. We say AD didn't play good in the Western Conference Final. He averaged 26 and 14 against the best player in the NBA who should have won the MVP. Right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? Did he not average 26 and 14 against Jokic?
He did.
Did he not get 3 blocks a game against Jokic?
He did.
So how can we say that that's not having that pit bull in him? That's not having because our expectations on AD are broadcast too high. I think that's what it is. If anybody else, if it wasn't AD and they went for 26 and 14 on Jokic, you know what we'll be saying? Hey man, that boy balling. That boy balling on Jokic.
But it's
Now we getting to the real stuff. It's not the points. It's the other stuff. Watch this. Because I single-handedly watched AD muck the whole game up against Golden State. And it didn't translate to the game. I mean, deflections, right? Knocking the ball out of bounds, like discouraging shots. You know what I mean? And he didn't even get the block, but him being there, his length. So those are the things we're talking about. Like, just mucking up the game. That's what I'm talking about with Motor. Not how many points he score. We know he can score. Yeah. We know he gonna rebound the basketball. We know he gonna do those things. But how well is he gonna do the other stuff every single time? You know what I mean? Yeah. Every single time, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry try to go and scoop it, deflect it, still. You know what I mean? So selling your body out, and I don't think that he's in a position where he's gonna really do that. He's not. He's too young. He's not gonna sell his body out like that.
I saw Jokic taking from the three-point line.
I think that's coaching too, though.
Jokic taking from the three-point line, bro.
Because
down to the block. Jokic slow as a snail. Jokic banged that boy from the three-point line, Will, down to the block and laid it up.
But what Sean said is he's a better help defender than he is an on-ball defender. That's what he just said. So why is he on Jokic? That's coaching, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. I think we keep on broadcasting this stuff out. It is coaching. Like, it's coaching that's the problem. He's a help defender. So if he's the help defender, why is he on ball on Jokic? See? Coaching. It's coaching. It's Darvin Ham, man.
Man, look, at some point, I'm sorry. At some point, you got to have some heart. It's no man.
This man don't have heart.
That's why I think that Golden State would have been actually a better series against Denver. Think about this too. People don't realize Denver have yet to play against anybody that's really giving them a challenge, bro. Like that's gonna really play them hard. And I think if they play Miami probably be the only team. They may not be physically like big enough and all that, but they're gonna be like, oh, we gonna fight you though. You gonna know you came out. You gonna know you have been in a fight. You feel me? And that's why I feel like Looney. You ain't got to tell Looney go get 22 rebounds. You ain't got to try to pump his head up. Looney know his job. Looney going to go if I don't have to score but 8 points, but I bet you I'm going to lead this game with 25 rebounds. If that's what it takes, AD don't have that type of motor, and he don't have that type of motor where.
But Looney not a top 4 player on their team though. That's his job.
That's
So
his job.
so
That's
that would be the fourth best player on the Lakers. Which you would have
But
to
that's why
fourth
I
to fifth. You would have to tell them, hey, go get 20 rebounds. I think we broadcasting this stuff, and it's the roster and coaching, bro. That's
But
the
that's
problem.
what I'm
That's why I say
saying.
get rid
Looney-
of everybody except for AD
Looney,
and LeBron.
we know Looney. When the last time Looney had a good backup? It's been a
Never.
while.
Yeah, he never had none.
He been holding his own as a
And he undersized.
undersized center, right? I said
Nah, I
this.
get
I
that.
said
I
the
understand what
only
you're
reason, like if they had a big man that they could have had put on the floor, like that's what I'm saying. If they'd have put Tristan Thompson out there from the get go, at some time, I know he had got this roster late. And that's the only reason why I don't really go too hard on this man, because he got this roster and he did a good job with the roster that he got, and he didn't have it the entire year. I think the Lakers is a different team if they have him for the entire year. People don't realize that Brian wasted a lot of energy when he realized he thought that he wasn't gonna make the playoffs.
Here's my only problem with Ham coaching is he did the ATOs, right? I said it right. He didn't make the right. He didn't call timeouts at the right time to me. If you're up 12, 13, if they score a quick 4 buckets, you got to call a timeout, partner. Yeah. You got to let that ride. You don't let that play through with that team. You don't have this offensive power, this offensive arsenal where you can just do that and play around with that. So it was certain things would be working, and he'd switch it off. Certain times he substitute people out when it was like, nah, they need to go ahead and tough it out for the rest of this 4 or 5 minutes. To me, it was different things like that. Because let's keep it a buck now. We say how good this Denver team is, but Denver beat them by what? 5 the first game?
All the games were
6
close.
the second game?
Mm-hmm. It was
the only game that was lengthy was game 3.
It was closing, Trail.
And it was 2 last night.
Brian ain't had no legs to close.
But you see what I'm saying? But I'm saying it's different things that he could have done that I think could have worked.
I don't know, man. Like, when I'm looking at game 4, like, yeah, the game was close, but Brian damn near had to play every second of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
On one leg. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
another thing too. He's still
Like,
hurt.
Brian hurt. You know what I'm saying? He had to, so you gotta play every second of the game on one leg. You know, Brian did his thing, man. Like, you know, Brian ain't gonna bow out gracefully, you know, nowhere. He gonna hoop. But dog, AD was bought there to keep Brian young.
Mm-hmm.
And if AD is off and on, them nights that
But they didn't know they was getting Benjamin Button.
Oh man.
Right. So like them like we said, like on off switch AD. You can't. The nights that he off, then Brian gonna be hurting out there.
But see, this is what we can't forget. We talking about AD being a guy that can muck the game up and all that.
Yeah.
Denver has a whole roster and 3 guys off the bench that do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now we talking about all right,
KCP.
Now we seeing this. We seeing a cool thing. Offense get your girlfriends. Defense win championships. We looking at it with the Denver Nuggets. We looking at it with the Miami Heat.
Yep.
Why? Because at the end of the day, man, them dudes mucking the game up. They making it very difficult. You know what I mean? Like they're just swarming, and then that's a big old dude down there, man. Joker's a huge dude down there. He a low. So I don't care who you put down there. He's still. He averaged a triple double.
So this my ask the coach question since I didn't get one earlier.
Another thing.
What does that say about this era of basketball then? If the fast pace, shooting with 11 seconds still on the shot clock.
Yep.
Pulling up from 3, like is the getting down dirty defense lock up? Is it making a resurgence like 80s basketball without the you can't hack like you did? Like, is it making a resurgence of get in a jersey and bust their tail?
Well, I tell you this, I do think the NBA,
because all those teams that's all those perimeter teams about to be out the playoff.
And this year, I think the NBA did a great job of letting these teams play. Like, I mean, they ain't calling the tic-tac fouls. I was looking up how many free throw attempts per game this year on average throughout the NBA. We'll check that stat. But I mean, I think in the postseason, them referees letting them play, man. I mean, they playing through some stuff, getting beat. So I think it's a great thing. They let them get in your jersey, and that favors Joker.
That favors Jimmy.
Him. Think about this. that favors Jimmy, right? That favors those kind of guys because think about this. And I'm gonna go here, but I'm not because I'm gonna get back here. When James Harden, he was averaging like 17 free throws a game.
Yeah.
Right? So he averaging 30 points, but 17 of them coming from the free throw line.
Yep.
Right? So I'm saying this to say, like right now, we really seeing like who really like that for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who really like that for real? Because think about it. 2-3 years ago, LeBron go to goal, they call that foul. Y'all know that. They call that foul.
The one
no
that
matter if
last
it's a jump ball, that's a foul.
That's a
LeBron either gonna make 2 free throws and be a hero. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But they let them play through it. Don't matter who it is.
Facts.
Both sides. Everybody getting beat up. They let Steph Curry get beat up. They let LeBron, they get Joe get everybody getting beat up. And so it's gonna favor the tougher team. And so the team, that's why Denver is looking at. I don't care who you was putting in front of Denver. Golden State, anybody on the West, Denver was gonna beat pretty handily because man, he got 5 guys on the court that's gonna just muck it up.
They're 1 seed for a reason. Man. So, coach, I want to ask. Go ahead.
I think this. I just want to add on to that one point. That I think playoff basketball, everybody ain't a playoff player. I don't think. I don't think Jason Tatum is a strong playoff player.
No.
Right? Ja Morant is not a strong playoff player. Like the things that you was talking about, James Harden is not a strong playoff player. When the things that they get during the season, we've seen this throughout, as long as we all been watching basketball. When playoff comes, it always gets tighter. Yeah. You're playing the same team over and over again, and ball gets tighter. But there are certain players, and these are the players that are superstars to me, that are able to play ball in season and in playoffs. Like you said, Joker, like Jimmy, you know what I'm saying? And Jimmy he's not gonna win the scoring title. He's not gonna win the scoring title. He's not gonna get the most votes for All-Star or whatever everybody want to talk about. But when it comes down to playoff basketball, I ain't gonna lie. And we can say we won't. If I had to pick anybody to play in the playoffs, right? I'm picking Jimmy.
Yep.
I'm building my team around Jimmy for the playoffs.
Oh, we talking about playoff basketball, yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's a good question. And you might be going somewhere else, Will. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Here's a question, and we can go around the room real quick. If you had to build a team around a current player right now for the playoffs, tried and true, who's your player? My player is Jimmy Butler. Go.
Jokic.
We talking about players in this playoffs right here.
No, players just in the NBA right now.
In the NBA right now.
Period.
In the NBA right now.
I'm going Jokic. Because what he could do inside and outside, play defense, passing, Jokic. I'm going Jokic.
I'm trying to go with somebody besides Jimmy, but I can't.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jimmy.
If we're talking about playoffs, I can't go.
Like you're talking about right now too. If you're talking about like right now, Jimmy.
But think about this.
Like that's in the playoff. Like
Cat just averaged a triple-double against the Lakers, though.
No, I'm not saying you wrong.
Yeah,
right.
I'm just saying I ain't going to chalk right behind.
The good thing is they about to play each other. That's the good
Right.
thing.
That's what I'm about to say. So at the end of the day, you in good company.
Yeah.
That's who about to be in the finals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So watch this. You're not winning. You're not losing with Jokic. You're not losing with Jimmy.
Right.
Think about it.
Right.
Why? Because both of them play the same kind of way. They're physical. They do whatever their team need them to do.
Yep.
Joker's okay having 16 points,
Yep.
20 rebounds, 16 assists.
Never seen him mad. I ain't never seen Joker mad about points. I ain't never seen Jimmy mad about points. I see.
That's Miami.
Right.
That's Miami.
Right.
This one of the things I promise you is probably you're gonna see it in game 1 against Denver. If it's Denver and the Heat, you're gonna see it in game 1. Jokic is not about to be taking the ball from the 3-point line and dribbling the ball. Like that's one thing that was getting me so upset. I said, how you let this man walk the ball up the court? This big man walk the ball up the court. Ain't no way. I'm about to make you dribble the ball.
Who gonna make it though? Who gonna make him dribble it?
Who Bam gonna make?
Absolutely.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't think
like,
he got
in
enough
these
lateral,
series,
though.
Who was gonna make him? So like for the Lakers, who was gonna make him?
I'm saying I'm saying if you got Rui Gardner when you get to the 3-point line, you need to let him pick him up in the full court. Let him play on full court. You got these dudes are too young to be playing them like they old players. You feel me?
Yeah, but see,
That's
that's
the
dangerous
thing.
too.
Like you're not like
Because think about this.
because when I saw him come down here and play the Pelicans, right? They tried to do it. They tried to do it with Ingram. They tried to have Ingram pick him up full court, and that sucker was finding people run. They like everybody else saw every. He is like the sun, and everybody else the planners, dog. When he got the ball, bringing it up, everybody started moving.
The Lakers' best game plan was when they said, "Man, Joker, get you, and we're gonna stop
And we're
everybody,
gonna go to
else.
everybody else.
That was their best game plan because they had a shot. But I mean, he passed the ball too
Yes,
well for that.
very well. Court vision is phenomenal.
You know, here's the reality: like, he's a seasoned basketball player, so he ain't trying to cross over. He gonna put his shoulder in your chest.
Yep.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom. He get to his
YMCA
spots.
ball.
He gonna get to his spots. And so you're talking about a whole game. Somebody got to deal with that. I don't like. You got to put a superstar on him.
I'm just saying, like, I see what you're saying. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, not one time. Like, you just never see, like, you never seen this dude get pressured.
That's what I'm saying.
He walked it right where he want to go. You never seen him get trapped. You never seen him like just give him a chance.
6'4", 7'1".
7-1.
So how you gonna trap him?
That's what I'm saying. He can see over. He can
Ball
see
right
over
here
everybody.
and just drop it. You know what I'm saying?
see
Like,
over
think about it. Like, so watch this. If the tallest guy on the team is guarding him, who you gonna trap him with? The second tallest? You need that guy to protect the rim. You know
Because
what I'm
then
saying?
everybody else running free.
Yeah, so you can't. And then they shoot the ball too well.
Yep.
So it's like, man, you got to just pick your poison. So you got to let him do him and try to stop everybody else. That's the best you can do with him.
And if you try to trap him off a guard, Murray gonna be running free and he gonna bust you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why I'm
Gordon gonna be dunking on
my
you.
pick,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
My pick for the finals is Miami. I
Miami.
just think that I just think the way they play defense, the speed in which they play their defense, like as soon as the ball touch the floor, everybody crowds down, everybody swiping their hand. They even run at the 3-point line, bro.
Yep.
Like I'm talking about, they close out so quick. It's like nobody trying to be pretty. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't watch even Brian sometimes get lost in the shuffle on defense, because it's like he trying to save his energy for offensive end because he know he got to do all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But these boys, like we all like one night they had 4 players score 15 points.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they got a team that's willing to play together, and they not caring about all the stuff of looking pretty and all that. They just gonna go out here dogfight.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be a great game. It's going to be a great series. But I just don't think Miami have enough to deal. Like after they take out what's Abadibo is his name? What's his name?
Everybody. I mean,
The big boy, the big dude.
Bam.
Bam,
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 yeah.
Bam.
Once they take Bam out, like, you know, he's gonna have to play the whole game.
Zella coming in and
You know what I'm saying?
Zella
Like,
gonna get
think about it.
trashed, boy.
They're gonna have to. He gonna. Nah,
Zella gonna get trashed.
I'm not saying they're not gonna win a game or two, but what I'm saying is it's gonna be tough, man.
So
Nah,
y'all got Denver. So y'all got Denver. Y'all going with Denver?
I got Denver.
You got Denver.
I got Denver.
Man, I ain't researched yet, man. You know I got to bet on this.
I got Denver. I got Denver in 6.
All right.
I got Denver in 6.
Well, I'm gonna go.
I got Miami in 7.
I'm gonna go Denver in 7. Denver in 7. Jokic the MVP.
What's your number? How many? Who you got, Dante?
Denver in 6.
Denver in 6. Troy?
I got Miami in 7.
All right.
7. Coach?
Denver in 5.
Ooh, gentleman's suite.
It's gonna be a show. It's gonna be a short basketball season.
Man,
Very short, boy. Everybody going to Cancun early.
go on fishing, hanging out. I did have a question though, Coach. This my last question for the day though. How do you feel about the social experiment that we all witnessed the last 10 years with the Philadelphia 76ers? How they kept tanking, kept stockpiling the roster, and then now after 10 years, what do they have but a firehead coach?
Got MVP.
MVP, but he shouldn't have got the MVP though. Jokic really was the MVP.
No, you absolutely right
Yeah.
about that.
You know how you feel about that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but Jokic really should have won it. They just ain't want to give it to him because then he would have had it three
times in a row,
and then
yeah.
he would definitely been a Hall of Fame and get in the GOAT talk.
Oh, y'all just.
Oh, he's still in the Hall of Fame.
Y'all just
But he would have been
y'all just-
automatic
we-
GOAT
this is-
talk.
Yeah.
The MVP is a regular season reward. We're not talking about postseason. We're talking about regular season.
Dog.
What that mean?
Dog, did you see Jokic's
if-
numbers regular season?
Yeah.
Yeah, but did you see Giannis numbers? We ain't. I'm talking about.
What you talking- Oh, you saying Giannis should have
But
been?
I'm saying
I
Embiid
think-
shouldn't have got it though. That's all I'm
I
saying.
think Giannis should have got it.
Okay,
Honestly.
all right.
That was my opinion. He had the best record in the league. He had better points. He had more rebounds than Jokic. You know what I'm saying? Jokic had more assists. You know what I'm saying? But overall, He had the better team, better season, all that, man.
And all we saying is Embiid shouldn't have got it. All of us
Yeah,
saying
that's
that.
all.
Yeah,
All of us
I,
saying the
I
same
don't, I,
thing.
don't, I don't really respect how that happened. You know,
Yeah.
I don't really respect like just how the 76ers kind of played it all. You know, man, that's a whole decade of.
Decade.
You know what I mean? They played the game a whole decade and still don't have the. You know,
I'm glad
all
them
they,
dudes got
all they
paid.
got to show is an MVP for that, a regular season MVP.
Yeah.
Man, you know you're not investing that much inside of a ball club for a regular season MVP. You trying to get a championship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so ultimately, what this shows is if you don't have the right people and the right aces in place, you know what I'm saying? Like,
So,
So the question becomes: Are they really trying to get a championship?
I feel the same way about the Boston Celtics. Because Danny Ainge hoarded them picks all them years. Y'all hoarded them picks in 11, went to Utah. He hoarded them picks, got Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. Who else he got? Didn't he get another high draft pick out of that?
Smart.
Mark Smart.
Yeah, and here we are. I'm looking at the stats right now, and them boys are up 9 in the fourth quarter.
They're about to
They're
lose.
14 now.
They're about to lose.
Yeah.
Who about to lose?
Who?
The Boston? No,
what?
no.
Boston up?
Boston up 9.
I'm telling. How much time left?
Yeah, but
There's
they-
7 minutes.
They,
They're right at,
They
right
about,
at the
they
8
about to
minutes.
lose. I'm telling you, they about to lose.
They're going to lose.
they still ain't
They about to
going nowhere.
lose.
It don't matter. They still ain't going nowhere.
They about to lose.
Yeah, they,
Tonight.
Even if they win, that's
Hey, all right. So, all right, when we talking about Philly, though, all right, we got to look at also. I mean, we got to look at who they pick, right? Mm-hmm. Markel Fultz, flame out,
yeah.
right? Ben
They-
Simmons,
I think they let
flame
that go
out.
too fast. I think they let Markelle Fultz go too fast too.
They had to, man. The way the crowd was killing him every time he stepped on the court, man, they had to get him out of
realize
there.
It's hard to play in Philly.
Absolutely, it's absolutely.
It's like playing
And
in
I know this
LA.
I know this from like a NBA and
Yeah.
an NFL player. I'm not gonna say that it's hard to play in Philly. So like if you don't understand the psyche, like man, it's hard. It's hard. Like the
Yeah,
psyche
'cause they're
playing in Philly is hard. So if you ain't producing at a high level where they think you should be at, man, mentally it's hard. It's hard.
That's
to play
why
there.
James Harden want to go.
Yeah.
That's exactly why he want to
That's
go.
why he
Ben
gonna
Simmons
go back to
still-
Go back
Houston.
to Houston. Because James Harden said, "Well, I gave you 12 or 18, you still say, yeah."
I'm telling you, man.
So that's what I'm saying. So like, you know, is that on? I mean, all of it's on the front office, ultimately,
Yeah.
because they shut players down while they were tanking. When they had Brett Brown and all that, and they shut players down early during the season. They, you know, Embiid wasn't playing most of the season. Now, granted, he was dealing off and on with foot injuries and stuff like that, and they want to make sure he stayed healthy. But I mean, y'all also was in that draft room and picked who y'all picked.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, we all for player empowerment and all. But when I saw the stuff Ben Simmons pulled at the end of his career at LSU, ain't no way if I'm in the league I'd have picked him. Ain't no way.
It's culture, man. Like
Ain't no way.
You can't fake culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you build your culture on that, I mean it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back and bite you. You can't build your culture on that. You can't build your culture on tanking.
Yeah.
The players know that. The locker room know that. The fans know that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially Philly fans.
They know
you
that.
quit on your college team and now you quitting on us.
Man.
Oh, you about to get
Yeah.
it.
Man, like you can't fake culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
And you have to build it the right way. You know what I mean? And that's why, as no matter how old Golden State get, they're always gonna be a good team. I'm not saying they'll always be great. They'll always be a good team because they have really good culture.
Because they're solid, man. They're just solid. Solid
good
NBA,
culture.
solid players.
Now, I'm
period.
not. No, nobody knows they're gonna win another state. I say state, another championship.
Right.
But they built that. So they're always gonna be a good team.
Yep.
Oh, I
The
got
dudes
one
like
more.
each other.
I got one more.
Yeah.
Being a great prep coach that you are, Bronny James going to USC, man. How you like that fit?
That's a great fit for him. I think it is. I think it's good for him. You know, especially being a superstar, I think it's good for him to be close to his family.
And stay in LA.
Huh?
And stay in LA.
Yeah.
Well, stars ain't
Bronny?
nothing new.
Oh man, Bronny got the most. He got the most NIL money out of all the NIL deals.
Right.
Think of like what 7.2 million.
Yeah, you already got
Right.
national.
It's up.
You already
Yeah,
got
he's a
national
superstar.
commercials. You already got national
Yeah,
commercials.
he is a superstar right now. So whether he go to the NBA or not, he's certified. So what I mean, I think him going to USC was probably the best decision for him.
What we talk about? Okay. Overall decision, perfect for him. what you think about his raw basketball ability?
I think he loved the game.
What you think about his raw basketball ability? I understand love of the game. I love the game.
I think he's good. No, I think he's good. No.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
at one
no,
time,
that's what I want.
At one time,
That's what I want.
no, I'm gonna tell you. At one time, I was questioning like how good he really is until I saw him play. The dude good. He deserved to be at USC, right?
No, I'm not,
So now we're about to see the jump, right? We're about to see him in the gym because he's think about it. He practiced and play with pros, and he's doing the same thing the pros doing from 12, 13, 14, 15 years
the way
old.
up.
So
How
I
much-
think, see, because here's the thing. When you got somebody in the limelight like that,
Right.
and they got a $7.2 million,
Right.
they don't have to love the game.
Nope.
Bronny does.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like think about Mike's sons. They ain't love the game. Like, man, you wearing my daddy's shoes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
right.
So they ain't have to love the game, but they still, one of them went to Illinois.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm saying this to say, Bronny love the game. Bronny gonna be a pro.
Okay.
And I think he's gonna be good too. I didn't watch Bronny do some things that I was like,
Yeah.
oh, he know like how he gets space to get his jump shot off. I said he gonna be legit
Right.
like at the next level. And
So,
then
for
he
sure.
played defense. Then
Yeah.
he played good defense.
And so that's what it is. We got to put it in context what we're looking for. If you're looking for him to come to the USC and score 30, your expectation is wrong.
Yeah.
He's going to come in, he's going to score 13, 14 points, get 8, 9 rebounds, defend at a high level, and he's going to help them win.
He's gonna be like Lonzo Ball.
Here's
Yep.
my
He's
question.
gonna be like Lonzo Ball. Like as far as like college career wise, it's gonna be like Lonzo Ball in my
Yep.
opinion.
Yep.
My question, then. Same city, in my opinion, better basketball program. Why not UCLA? I'm not saying because
no, no,
I don't
I'ma
know
tell
what
you.
I don't know what the
I'm
conversations
gonna tell
were
you,
between them.
but UCLA usually gets a different kind of talent at that position, and so it's gonna put him in a position where, like, which competition is great, but he's gonna be outshined.
And then
You
they
know what I
said-
mean?
But they said it's right next. They said he's not too far from the stadium and his home.
Yeah.
So
I mean, think about it. Like,
He
think
can go
about some of the
home
point guards that came
for
to
dinner.
UCLA. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna put him in position where, like,
saying.
really, yeah, like, and obviously you want the competition piece, right? But at the same time, you do want to have a good career.
That's why
Yeah.
that's why I'm kind of asking. I'm like, if I'm a dog, then I'm gonna go with the dogs was. No,
no.
Yeah, I ain't doing
You
that.
go,
But
you go
got-
as a
you
good
gotta go
fit.
play.
Well, you
And you
got
gotta think about
Well,
who
you
you get
gotta
to
play
play
now.
with.
Yeah.
He
You
playing
gotta
with a
play.
lot of guys he played with. He gonna be playing with a whole lot of guys
Yeah.
that he played with already.
See, because watch this. If he go there and he make them better than they were last year, he automatically going in the league,
Come on.
right? But watch this. If he go to UCLA and he got all them dogs around him, guess what they're gonna say? Oh, he good because he got all them guys around him.
Yep.
But if you go to UCLA and just make them, they can be the
USC,
same or better than they were last year. He's straight.
So, all right. So you had mentioned earlier because so I used to coach basketball. You know, little AEU, right? Travel circuit, and now I'm coach track, right? And a lot of conversations I have with college coaches is a lot of what you were saying, like. You don't train, I don't train kids like pros, right? Because they gotta be something that
Right.
the college coach can do with them when they get there, right? To give them a new training module, new something they haven't seen, something they got to adapt to,
Yeah.
right? Like how much meat is on the bone when you've been training like that since you was 12? Like you work with upper level kids like that, right? When you going from a high AAU background, a high basketball background, into a college level, how much meat is there on the bone for a college coach to work with? You know, once you get there, is that a concern?
Nah, because when you're at the collegiate level, at that level, like it's the little things, right? So this kid already know how to dribble, shoot. You're not teaching them those things.
Yeah, well, of course.
Right?
Yeah,
You teaching
you're not
them-
coming. Yeah,
You
it's
teach
not
them
camp
how to-
ball,
yeah,
right?
You teaching them how to play. You teaching them how to play in your system. You know what I mean? And you allowing him to play in space. Like the college game completely changed as well. At one time, the college game was all X's and O's. Now it's space. You know what I mean? And we get that from the European.
Right, two-man game, three-man game.
Two-man game,
Right.
three-man game, Spain, all those kind of things. So that being said, I think that he's gonna go there and he's gonna be good because he can do the other stuff right? He can do the other stuff as well as he can point guard, he can knock down open shots, and he can be electrifying at times. And that's all you got to do. Because the NBA is about putting butts in the seats. And he going to put butts in the seats regardless.
Well,
Zion. What you doing with Zion?
I agree.
he'll know the deuces. For
Peaced
the-
out on him. Sit him packing.
Yeah,
What does it mean, E?
We got I love me some Zion though, man, but the best ability is what?
Availability.
Zion must go. Zion.
I mean, and I love him, bro. I think, but that's it.
Hey, man, this has been a great podcast, man. 6-man group, EJ the DJ in here, Trill, Swag. Shout out to Swag, man. I know Swag had ran late. Had a couple of things to do, man. Coach Dumas came in. Dante stepped in for Doug. Hey, man, this has been Evergreen. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like and subscribe. We out.